Hey guys, it's John here again. Right, this video is the first three first three albums. I've rated them by the band Van Halen. Now, some of you will know what I think of Van Halen already, and I just thought, right, I'm gonna give them another listen. And it was my first listen of Women and Children first, but obviously I'd listened to Van Halen 2. I had it on cassette back in the early 90s. I think I got it as a freebie or something back then. So that was the first one, and obviously I didn't hear the first Van Halen album until probably 10 years ago. Right, and I listened to it again, and I listened to it last year. Last year I was like, oh my god, what a load of crap. Right, this is down to how the album sounds. My thought, well, I'm not going to go into great detail with each song, but I will give you the ratings of the songs out of 10. It's gonna be a bit annoying for Van Halen fans out there. I like Sammy Hagar side. Yeah, I like that side. There are songs of that they do that I can't stand, but the majority of Sammy Hagar stuff. Mike just sent me a message, and it just put something really weird in my head, because you know he likes his bath robes and stuff, eh? And he said to me, he just sent a message saying, I've got dressed to kill on. So I'm thinking, he's got ready to go out and kill somebody. And I had to look at it twice, because he actually means the Kiss album. So when he watches this video, he'll understand. He'll be probably pissing himself laughing. But when a message, I got dressed to kill on now. Oh, I just saw it in the corner of my eye and I read it wrong. So here we go. Right, Van Halen, the first album. Now, there's one of these albums I don't own. I thought I had it. I probably had it on CD a long time ago and flogged it. But I actually have 2 copies of the first album. And I do have it on... Oh no, I don't have it on record. I have the second album on record, but I don't have the CD. And the third album that's I'm going to do is their third album, which is Women and Children First. That's the one I don't have. So I'm going to start off with that. With the first album, I mean. First one. Now, I struggled with this album last year. I struggled with it again tonight, listening to it. I find the whole thing with Eddie Van Halen a bit pants. Everybody going, Eddie Van Halen, what an amazing guitarist. But honestly, when I listen to it, and I'm comparing this person to people like Randy Rhoads and who else could we talk about? Lots of other guitarists. People like Glenn Tipton. People like J.K. Lee. People like who else? Who else was an amazing guitarist back then? You know, just normal rock, hard rock bands. There's lots of them out there that had brilliant guitarists. Now, okay, Eddie Van Halen came out with this and started doing the old tapping thing, right? Which to be quite honest, right, doesn't float my boat so much. And when I listen to that album, apart from a couple of songs, right, over half of this album is just has got the same widdly widdly widdly, and then or something that sounds scratchy, and it's just like, what the yeah, you know where I'm going with that, right? So first of all, they put Running with the Devil as the first track, and Eruption as the second track. I think that they should have put Eruption first and then Running with the Devil straight after. Eruption is more or less just Eddie Van Halen showing off. I have given it an 8. Probably at the time it would have been higher, but for just that widdly widdly thingy, I have given it an 8 because there was some, at the start I was a bit like, oh, and then it got a little bit better, and then it was just like, oh well, that's over. Right, Running with the Devil I've given a 6 because it is a good song, but when David Lee Roth starts singing, I'm like, oh well, that just went from a 9 down to a 6. David Lee Roth I really do not enjoy, so you're going to expect some low scores with this. You Really Got Me obviously was the cover of the Kinks. That is a great song, but only by the Kinks. And I don't agree with anybody that that's better than the Kinks. So I've given that, I've actually given it a 6. I should have given it a 5. Ain't Talking About Love, brilliant song, and I can put up with David Lee Roth in that. That is the icing on the cake on this album, because the rest of the album is not really a cake, it's more like a jam sponge. And then after that it just goes to utter terribleness. So Ain't Talking About Love I've given a 9, right? And then I Am One I gave a 2. Jamie Crying a 2. Atomic Punk 2. Feel Your Love Tonight a 3. Little Dreamer 2.5. Ice Cream Man 3. And On Fire, I was going to give that about a 6 because at the start it was quite good, and then David Lee Roth started singing and it just really made it pants, so I gave it a 2. So yeah, 11 songs on there, and I'd say only 4 of them are great. 3 of them are great. One's not even a proper song, it's a instrument, a guitar solo instrumental. So really you've only got one brilliant song and one half decent one. So yeah, and one good song that's a cover. I really, nah, not for me, not at all. Next album. So really, Van Halen, I'll tell you I'll rate him at the end actually. Van Halen 2. Right, Van Halen 2. Get this one out. There we go. This one, I told you before I had this on cassette, so I was familiar with a few of the songs I can remember back from then. The one that I always liked was the song You're No Good, Women in Love, Beautiful Girls was alright. It didn't blow my mind or anything, but Dance the Night Away I always thought was a better song, until I listened to it again and I realised that song's not not one that I thought was as good as it really, well, you know, really that good. I'll get my words out the right way in a minute. So the first track, You're No Good. I think that's the first one. I probably got it mixed up wrong way around, because I looked at it on YouTube. You're No Good I gave a 5. Dance the Night Away a 4. Somebody Get Me a Doctor. That started off quite well at the start, and then as soon as David Lee Roth came in, that was it. It went back down to a 4. And then Bottoms Up. And Bottoms Up, I was like, hang on a minute, this sounds like a ZZ Top riff, one of their old songs that they did. I can't remember which album it's on. It might be one of their first albums. But I thought, hang on a minute, Bottoms Up just sounds like a ZZ Top song, but with Eddie Van Halen playing guitar. Right, so I gave that a 4. Out of Love Again got a 3. Light Up the Sky, that was getting promising, and then it just, nah, 4. Spanish Fly. Spanish Fly, I do not like these things when they include all these, actually no, I'm not going to say, no, that's not right. John, get your head together. Right, Spanish Fly was showing how technically advanced Eddie Van Halen really is, right? Be able to play a Spanish guitar, right? And he was great, and that's got the highest score on that album for me, was a 9 out of 10, right? And at the start I thought, hang on a minute, this sounds a bit naff, and then it really got going, right? And I just thought to myself, hang on a minute, why can't this guy put that into his guitar playing elsewhere? The only song I've heard him play like that would be on Eruption. So Spanish Fly got a high score, but if that had been the other songs and he played like that and put that technical playing into the other songs, these scores would be so much higher up. I'd be like, wow, I'd be blown away. But he don't. And that Spanish Fly is actually a better song than any of the others, guitar-wise, off of, well, all 3 albums, to be quite honest, that I'm going to do. Then the next song, DOA, right, Dead on Arrival. I gave that a 6. That was actually one of my more favourite songs on there. So, and then we go to Women in Love, which I gave a 5. I nearly gave it a 6, but I dropped it down. There was just something a bit annoying about it. And then Beautiful Girls got a 6. I hate the intro with David Lee Roth doing his, you know, usual crap. But then it sort of, I got into it a bit more, and then I gave it a 6. So there you go. Van Halen 2. And then we go on to Women and Children First, which I do not have, but I listened to it online, and I do own this, and I have noticed that only one song from that album is on this best of, and that is And the Cradle Will Rock. And do you know what? That's the only good song on this album, on Women and Children First. I gave it a 6.5. It is probably more enjoyable than most of the other songs on the other albums, as well, is more enjoyable actually, apart from Ain't Talking About Love. I'm Running with the Devil. Everybody Wants Some. I gave that a 4. Fools, what a load of at the start, what a load of rubbish. Fools I gave a 1. Romeo Delight, I gave that a 2. Tora Tora, obviously it's just the intro, I think, to Loss of Control. I think that's just the intro. Tora Tora, that was a 1. there wasn't much excitement about that. Loss of Control. Tour by the way is just instrumental. Loss of Control I gave a 1 because that was just diabolical. Take Your Whiskey Home was a good song. Good song, I give it a 5. Could This Be Magic? I gave a 5. That was a good song but not great. In a Simple Rhyme, I was expecting something great out of that when it started, but then I didn't get anything else, so I gave it only got a 4. But yeah, that's my ratings of those, and I will tell you which album I prefer out of all of those. It's definitely not Women, Children First. So that's in 3rd place. 2nd place would be do you know what? I would say that Van Halen 2 is a bit. I rated that slightly higher than Van Halen. So I'd have to go with Van Halen 2 as being the better one, even though Ain't Talking About Love is my favourite song out of the whole of these 3 albums. But yeah, and Running with the Devil would be 2nd, and The Cradle Will Rock would be 3rd. But other than that, no, that's how I would rate it. So 2nd, Van Halen 2 1st, Women and Children 3rd. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm going to do the next 3 albums, which are Fair Warning, Diver Down, and I forgot the other. I think it's 1984. Just double check for you. I'm sure most Van Halen heads. Oh. Fair Warning, Diver Down, and 1984 will be next. And that will be the last of the David Lee Roth until we get to the last album they did. So yeah, I can honestly say after doing those 3 albums, I had to run and get some paracetamol tablets because my head hurt that much. My head's not hurt that much since I listened to Rush. Yeah, so there you go. Cheers, see you later.